Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to another stream. I want to thank everyone for watching my recent content. My Red Alert 3 content has been doing quite well actually compared to some of my other stuff, so I want to thank people for watching that. I will be playing that again at some point, but I said in the last stream that I needed to go and practice a bit more because I'm not the best at skirmish mode, and I wanted to show off some of the other functions of the game, like the base building, army building, just general CPU or computer versus computer content. But I need to get better at that because I completely failed at the easiest difficulty. So instead today I'm going to be going back to a older what I started with, basically. So Dawn of War, which is another RTS game, which I just love. I think this game is brilliant. But I will be doing one of the DLCs. So this is the Winter Assault DLC. This is free at the moment. If you buy Dawn of War off Steam, I think it was last year now. Yeah, it was definitely last year. They had the 20th anniversary release, so they released all the DLC completely for free. So if you already had the game, that was automatically added to your library for free. I think if you buy the game now, it will include all the DLC as a one-time purchase bundle. So if you want to play this game for yourself, either the base game, any of the DLCs, go ahead and purchase it off Steam. I think it should be fairly cheap. It's just a fantastic game and I love it so much. So, this is the actual screen we start up in when it loads. There we go. So this is the screen we start up in, and this is different to normal Dawn of War. For some reason I'm running at 20 frames. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this down to... I'll do 8x6. I don't like it, but I will do 8x6. And the game will just decide to take forever. So there we go. I now have... Where am I? Oh. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly put this into... There's a way to put it in windowed mode that I can't quite remember. I think I may be able to do that from Steam. So just give me 2 seconds and I shall sort out windowed mode so I can actually see my OBS while I'm playing. Because as usual, I don't have a secondary monitor to put my games on. And if I go full screen, I can't see any of the chat, any of the, what's it called? Any of the other information. There we go. So so one way to do this, I know you can't see it, but I'll just talk through. So one way to do it in Steam, if you want to force it to run in windowed mode, is you right-click any game, and it will give you a little menu. Scroll all the way down to Properties, and it will show you launch options at the bottom. If you type in -win, and then close that out, it should automatically run the game in windowed mode. Although it has not worked. So I'm going to just quickly... Where am I? So I just need to quickly check. Give me 2 seconds while I just check how to do it. Ah, yes. So now I remember. So for that worked for Red Alert 3. If you do have this game and you want to run it in windowed mode for whatever reason, you have to do a bit of a workaround. So you have to go, I believe it's to program files. So it'll be program files when my computer decides to work. Let me just close the game actually, because that's probably taken up a lot of CPU at the minute. My computer isn't the best, like it's not a high, what do you call it? High performance computer, so running basic tasks takes it out of it a little bit. So you go to your PC, program files, or wherever you have Steam saved to, which in my case is program files 86. So it will be Steam. I'm trying to remember now off the top of my head. I actually can't remember. Give me 2 seconds. This isn't the greatest start to a stream ever. Things have been going on in life, just in my personal life, which means I'm not the... Jeez Louise. Means I am not the most organised I normally am. And I'm not even the most organised in the first place, really. So, I remember now. So you go into... Ignore everything I've said. So you go into Steam. Manage. So whatever game you want to go on, right click, manage. And if you browse local files, it'll take you to the Dawn of War. Well, for me, it'll be Dawn of War because it's Dawn of War. But if you... if you just do that, it will show you for the game that you're trying to load. So you can do... So there is a way that you can do it. I'm trying to remember. There is a graphics configuration executable. So if I do... There we go. Just run in a window. So standard resolution will be 1280 by 1040. Which looks good for me. But then that means next time I open up Winter Assault or anything Dawn of War related, it will just automatically run in a window. Hopefully. When it loads. There we go. So now I have it running in windowed mode. Let me just get this up again properly. Okay. Right, and it should now all be loaded. You should be able to see it. There we go. It just took its time. So I'm gonna have to change some graphics because it's quite intensive on the old PC. So if I just take everything to low for now, hopefully it means I can use more CPU to run the stream at a decent frame rate. No, still running at 12. In fact, that's even worse. See, I may just take the resolution down then, actually. There was a crash. Why is this crashing? We'll just do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Sega.
So I'm currently running this on 800 by 600, which obviously doesn't affect the stream, like what the stream resolution. It does mean that I can run it at a higher frame rate though. It just means that the window is incredibly small. So I would normally do campaign, but since I've taken, how long has this been now? Nearly 15 minutes to do to just set up the game. I'm gonna jump right into a skirmish. And they do have new factions in this DLC, so we're going to be playing as a faction we haven't played as yet. And we're going to just do a typical... What should we do? I'm just going to do a team fort. So, as you can see, we have... From the old one, we have Chaos, Eldar, and Orcs, and Space Marines. So that's what we were playing as before. However, this game decided to focus on the Imperial Guard a bit, so we're going to be playing as the Imperial Guard. I'll set all of those to random. What's a good color scheme? I'm probably going to go with the Coronana Grenadiers. Or the Harakoni Warhawks, because I like that sort of more neutral, like camouflage. So I'll apply. So yes, we're going to be playing as the Imperial Guard. And we're just going to jump right into it. So, while there's some dead air while we're waiting, I want to once again thank everyone for sticking around, especially this stream, because I know I haven't done much in the first 15 minutes. But thank you very much for sticking around if you're already, or if you are here. I'm still working on some projects in the background for YouTube, so if you do want to come and join me on YouTube and see what's going on there, my channel name is just in the bottom. I have also linked it now to my Twitch page, so if you just want to go on my Twitch page and use the link there, that will take you straight to my channel where you can watch my previous videos, you can subscribe, you can do all that cool, nice stuff that helps the channel grow. So as you can see, there we go. So as you can see, it's very similar to Space Marines. In the way that we've been sort of playing them. But there are several different, there are some differences to the Space Marines. So as you can see, these Tech Priest engineers actually have a little bit of defense. Not much, but they have some defense. Whereas the servitors in the Space Marine army don't have any defense. So if your base does come under attack, you can actually defend them with your engineers. They probably won't do much damage, but they're there. They do a bit of damage. So these are the Imperial Guardsmen. As you can see, they're not the best in terms of attack and defense, or sorry, attack. But you can have larger numbers of them for fairly cheap, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So there's a relic there that I could capture quite early on. But for now, I'm just going to focus on getting some strategic points done. So one thing you may also notice, I don't know if you can read that text there above, where the unit queue is. But basically, it's telling us that the more of these we have, and you can see there, each infantry command increases squad cap by 6. So the more of these we have, the more our army, or the bigger our army can be. Which is different to Space Marines, where no matter how many barracks you build, you will have the same cap, and the way to upgrade it is to go into the HQ building and upgrade the squad cap. And the same works with vehicles. So the more vehicle buildings we have, which is mechanized command, which we can't have until we have battle command, which is somewhere. I think that's an upgrade here, isn't it? Yeah, so I need tactical control for that, which is this. So I'll place that there. So as you can see, captured these strategic points. I'm going to have one of my tech priests come over and build a listening post. The guardsmen are up to almost... well, they're up to full strength in terms of how many people are in the... I'm going to turn that the game up as well, because the game is very, very low on OBS. And I'm going to be I'm very loud, so it won't sound as good. I could also go into sound, because ambient volume...
Pathetic creatures!
So if I turn voice volume up, that up, some ambient up. So there we go, that's a bit better. The game's a little bit louder now. So essentially what I just want to do is reinforce these positions as always. So tactical control is just upgrades, so I can increase the morale, I can make them more durable. The general can add more leaders, so you'll see here you can add a leader, a sergeant, and then later on I think you can upgrade to one of these guys. Hold on, wrong one. You can upgrade to a commissar, a psyker, a priest, and no, assassins are just normal units. So you can have 3 of these guys, so either a commissar, a psyker, or a priest, and they do all different things. So you can have them in your squad here. But you can only have, I think it's a limit of 3 of those in your entire army, although I'm not too certain, because I haven't played them in a while. Oh yes, generators. So I forgot to build generators. So plasma generators will... I think they're just going to be... Oh, I don't like how close they are. I build them here. And I'm going to build... I'm going to build 3. So then I can build this, or use this priest from over here. So I'm going to get 2 more guardsman units. I'm going to... No, can't do that. I'll upgrade this. No, I won't.
Falling men, it's time for war.
They'll go that way. So I can have them sort of garrison in here. So I can put a unit in there and it'll garrison, but it won't, unlike Red Alert, it won't actually fight. They're just there so they're not actually on the battlefield
For every one of us who falls,
being hit.
10 more will take his place.
And if that building is destroyed, then the units aren't destroyed. They will just pop out and start fighting. So you can kind of surprise enemies that way. I tend not to do that because I like to have all my units sort of on the field. So as usual, we are going to start upgrading a few things.
Falling men, it's time for war.
So I need to have all of them converge on here. And this is kind of their role for now. They're just all cannon fodder. I don't mind that they die. Because I can just keep, what do you call it? Keep reinforcing them.
Attack, men, attack.
So they don't do all that much damage compared to other units, as you can see. Sorry, the game's just a tad loud now. Both for me and for the stream. So yes, they're basically cannon fodder. They're there to absorb some damage while you sort of use other units for more heavy hitting units, which are more... They tend to be vehicle based in this army, although there are some infantry units that do a lot of damage. But it is going to be a very vehicle heavy army this time around. I'm going to add on the Psyker add-on. Nope. I will also give them a bit more morale, just so they don't break as easy. What do I need here? Regimental command. So I need battle command, don't I? Because that was one of the things I needed. So in that case, I could, because the relic is going to get me
Take it at all costs.
some requisition points, and it will give me access to what do you call them? Like late game units, which having this early on is actually quite nice. Normally you have to normally you have to scour the map for relics. So they've already taken it, which is not great.
Don't fire until I say so.
So the terrain isn't great, and I have blocked their way with these generators, which slows them down a little bit. So I do need that battle command, don't I? So, Space Marines will be able to wreck these just straight off the bat, more or less. But that's kind of where the Imperial Guard are different. They are they are weaker, but they make up for it in overwhelming numbers and superior vehicles. I think the vehicles for the Imperial Guard are better than Space Marine vehicles. So they're going to capture this relic. Well, get rid of this generator first. So they will take the relic. Meanwhile, I can upgrade to battle command. I will do another infantry command this way to increase our numbers. Actually, let me shuffle a few things around on my screen. That's better, because now I'm actually facing the microphone when I see the game. So yeah, I do know what I'm doing. I am a streamer. So this just will increase our so you see it went up to 16, so we're halfway there in terms of our maximum, and we are going to, when we can, start vehicle production. I'm going to get a command squad because that looks quite interesting, and I can only have the one. I will have a commissar and a psyker. Actually, no. I'm going to have 2 commissars. And that should do. So the command squad.
Into the fray.
Just move there. So as you can see, he can have his own personal what's he called? Like bodyguards almost. As the main commander unit. But he, unlike other commander units, which are just individuals, he can actually have secondary commander units. Or add other leaders, as they're called. Whereas these guys that are coming out now... Where is he? So my commissar I can attach to this guy. And what he... Okay. Never mind. So what he does is... And let me just double check. So they are immune to moral damage. But they can also execute cowards to make infantry fight harder. So the one thing about Imperial Guard. Excuse me.
Spare none in your fury.
So the thing about Imperial Guard is they have very much the idea of death before retreat, that sort of thing. So if you do have a what are they called? Imperial Guard unit that is about to retreat, they'll just be shot. So they don't look very kindly on cowardice.
Follow me, and I promise you glory.
So I'm going to now build mechanized command so we can start having some vehicles. I will upgrade a few different things. So battle armor, valor, increase their morale a bit more, increase range more. So what I'm going to do now is that's all of them. So as always, I like to group them just so it's easier to select them all. As you can see, the priests will actually start fighting a little bit, but I want them to repair mostly because they're not the strongest in terms of their health or their damage. So this guy will probably have a priest and a commissar for now, just so he can increase the damage. Nope, he's dead. What I could do is I could use... Not strip soul. there's no real psychic powers that I can use at the moment to deal with them. I will need to start thinking about upgrading their weapons. So as you can see, I need to get these depots, so I need to research them first before I can actually start producing them. But I will definitely do. So the Sentinels are good. Hellhounds are good. Basilisks are like mortars, or what are they called? Artillery. They're more artillery vehicles, so they can be good in certain situations. I'm not going to get them straight away. I will also get Regimental Command, so I can actually upgrade, or I can have access to Karskins and Ogrins, because they do more damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Is there a way that I can upgrade that? I can't actually remember. No, I can't remember, but I will just get their specialization because it means that they do more damage. So get a command squad again. I have enough money for 2 Sentinels actually. So Sentinels are quite good, like Walker scout vehicles, but they are also pretty decent in terms of damage. So you can see they do a lot of ranged damage. They are quite weak in terms of other vehicles, but that's why they're quite good scout vehicles, and some decent like light vehicle, anti-light vehicle units. So I have the 2. I will then get a Hellhound. We'll then get a Hellhound depot, excuse me. As for you, I'm going to do 1 of each, actually. Do excuse me. So I'm going to do 1 of each for my commander unit. So I have that. Where am I? I only have 1 engineer, that's fine.
A challenge worthy of my skill.
Right, ignore that loud sound because that was just me physically muting the microphone. I needed to clear my throat and it wasn't a very nice sound. So I want to keep these guys here. They can actually capture strategic points. Or, well, they can decapture. There are other factions in different DLCs, so the Dark Crusade DLC has a similar sort of function where there are some units that can actually like make these a neutral,
Take it at all costs.
and then you have a different unit to capture it, so they can't capture it by itself. But they will stop the enemies from actually using it, because it turns it neutral. So as always, make sure that I'm actually grouping together. I'm going to have most of these guys be grenade launchers and 1 be plasma for now. So I do have my Hellhounds. Leman Russ is actually quite fun. because Leman Russ is just like a typical tank, but you need very specific things for it. There's also, if I bring my builder out, the Mars Pattern Command produces the Baneblade, which is their huge huge vehicle unit that does a lot of damage.
Initiating construction.
So I could do that. I probably will, because I think that's what the relic is for. But I need what is it, 400 of each. I do have that, but I do want to get some Hellhounds as well. But I will need to build more of those as well to make sure that I actually have the cap ready. So for my car skins, I can now have those, and Ogryns, which I am actually going to have. So as you can see, my command squad actually has a lot of powers now. So that's just a airstrike. That's the fanatical. So they do immune to all. They are immune to all damage. Lightning Arc and Strip Soul are quite fun. So they're basically anti. What are they called? Anti-infantry powers. So my vehicles will be Group 2. Just in case I need to organise them that way. And then everything will be Group 3. So I'll make sure that everything is full. Yes. Group 2. There's nothing to upgrade, so you're fine. Where are my tech priests? I thought I had an extra tech priest. Are they just not?
Machine spirit, may our shots be true.
There you go. Okay, so I can't move him out of the way because they're in the way. There we go. So this guy will work on mechanized. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Hold on. There we go. I'm gonna stick that there.
A challenge worthy of my skill.
And I'm gonna have some more bolter turrets. I'm gonna have some around here because I want to protect my I want to protect this relic.
A challenge worthy of my skill.
I don't think I need that. So I think I might actually prefer the Imperial Guard from a different DLC. Just because I feel like this one is they're a bit limited because there are some with. So I think here they have the they basically have units that can entrench their position and turn them into like a fortified heavy machine gun emplacement, which is, it can be quite useful. I don't often use it, but it kind of like acts as a second turret sometimes. So you can build a bolter turret, and then you can build that unit for a bit cheaper and just entrench them. So as you can see, we are kind of being wrecked now. And I am losing vehicles like I don't know what. If I get rid of this big mech first, and then these guys, so I'm going to get Hellhounds, get 2 more Sentinels. I need guys desperately. I'm going to build an Ogryn, or 2 Ogryns. So all that's left is these. So I desperately need some more guys. What I could do... I could have probably used some of my commander powers. So now I have some more units. I'm going to have to build them back up again. So I have... What do I have? I'm going to have to do my groups again. To make sure we kill this one before it actually... There we go. So, you get involved as well. You get involved as well. So that's my... Where is my... So Tech Priest, heal please, repair. So they're probably not going to... If they all come to this strategic point, if they can.
Off we go.
Nice. So now I can start upgrading a bit. So this guy will go to
You have the honor of
these guardsmen. So these all go full. What do I need for that? Tactic. So I've lost my tactical control, which is fine. Airstrike or a strafing run, please.
Initiate strafing run.
So he's going to call in that strafing run, hopefully. Is he there? Yes. So he's going to call in a strafing run. So if I bring them back... This guy just doesn't want to move. So, builder units. Build my... No. So, I'll hold Overwatch just in case. So if they just... So you can see the Ogryns are doing a lot more damage across both, and they have more health, which is... they're good as sort of like heavy infantry units.
A challenge worthy of my skill.
That's not right. What I want to do is make this group 1. And then group 3 can just go. So if you just click on an empty, so if you have no unit selected, and then you control and then hit a number, that deselects the group. If you then select a unit or a group, you can then add the number back in by doing the same thing of control and then a number. So tactical control will have to come back here. I don't know if that means all my upgrades are gone. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. So it seems that I'm mostly being overrun by the orcs. If I lose this match, then I just lose it and we'll probably try something else. But I will... I might actually get the... Because there's a different version of the Imperial Guard that I like, which is in Dark Crusade. So I'll actually get Dark Crusade on the PC and stream that at some point, because that actually has more factions. So as you can see, the only one that we had, new faction we had, was Imperial Guard. Dark Crusade, I think, adds 4 new factions, so it doubles the original faction count from the base game. So that one's quite fun to play if you like variety and playing as different armies. So I might do that one. Oh my god, I'm being overrun. Right. Give me 2 seconds just to check things. Yep. So I just needed to check a few things there. I wasn't going to be gone all that long, so I just decided to keep the stream up and running. I didn't need to go to a different might be right back scene. Ooh. This has not gone well at all. Right, I'll tell you something. We're going to quick game. And what I might do, actually, why don't I just stream Dark Crusade to begin with? I mean, while I'm here. So all I have to do is install it. I haven't got enough space. What should I get rid of then? For now, I'm just going to get rid of the base game, because I don't think I need it for... I don't need it for thingy. Dark Crusade. Still not enough. In that case, I will just get rid of Winter Assault. Hopefully that doesn't... Yep, that's what I was going to say. So I'm just going to quickly quit the game. While I'm here, actually, I'm going to... Give me 2 seconds. I just do... There we go. So I'm just doing this so you can actually have something on in the background while I'm... Still not enough space. Is it Red Alert 3? What? How much? I can't remember to see where you can see. Oh. 10 gig of free space. So as you can see, I struggle to keep multiple games on the on my computer because I just don't have the... Let me close Steam. Because I just don't have the... I don't have the space. I don't have enough storage space. I don't have enough RAM space. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to... Oh, actually, I might be able to keep Red Alert 3. There we go. So I'm going to keep Red Alert 3 because I do want to keep streaming that. But I'm going to... Dark Crusade, I'm going to download because it's... just because it's better, I think. It's one of the better DLCs. So you're going to have to wait here for a couple more minutes. What I'm going to do... Oh dear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to this screen and then I will come back when it's all installed. It shouldn't take too long actually, so I shall see you all very, very soon. So Dark Crusade has been installed. I do need to just quickly change that. Change the game capture. Or start it up actually.
Sega.
So it's decided not to run in windowed mode again. Uh, Give me 2 seconds while I just sort this out. So, apologies for the dead air. I was just trying to sort out the actual running it in windowed mode. Because for some reason it decided that each individual... Okay. It decided that each individual DLC in Steam has its own... trying to think of the word. Has its own files that I have to change. So I had to change the thingy, the resolution and windowed mode for Dark Crusade. Now you can't actually see that. So give me 2 seconds just to change that. And when that loads, we shall be golden. Lovely. So, yeah, if you are watching this, this has been not the best stream in terms of organisation and everything like that. So, I need to just turn everything off. Just so I can start running the game at a higher... streaming at a higher frame rate again. Okay. So it's running at about 25-30-ish. I may have to go down another resolution again. So if I just keep going down the resolutions, hopefully it will mean that and it still doesn't want to. This has been a very bad stream for me in terms of things being organised. Yeah. Just... There we go, we're running at 30-ish, so that'll do. Yeah, in terms of the game organising and everything, not been the best, so I do apologise for that. I think everything's good to go here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to... It's not my first time, so I'll explain. I'll probably play the campaign of this, because the campaign is completely different to the main style of campaign in the base game. So I'm just going to go with a map that I think I like the look of. We'll do this one, a nice vertical map. So as you can see, there is a there's quite a lot of factions here. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 7. Yeah, for some reason they have Eldar, but they don't have Dark Eldar, which isn't Actually, you know what? No, we will just do a campaign. Because a campaign is just... So I'm going to do a completely new campaign, do it on easy.
The planet Cronus. Beset on all sides by the tides of war, this once quiet colony became a savage battlefield. 7 armies clashed on this one world, each refusing to back down. Each
Oh, I see. It might
was
be...
in the right. From beneath the sands of Cronus' central desert came the Necrons, ancient machines bent on eradicating all life. But another evil already had its eyes on the planet. From the depths of the war, the demonic forces of chaos arrived to enforce their claim. To oppose these fearsome powers, the planet's rulers in the Tau Empire sent their elite soldiers and sophisticated battlesuits into the fray. From the mighty Imperium of Man came the Imperial Guard, there to secure Cronus for the glory of the God Emperor. Like a green tide, the Orc Horde descended on Cronus, caring little for others' claims and sowing destruction in its wake. The Eldar, ancient enemies of the Necrons, emerged from their webway to pursue their own agenda on Cronus. And last came the Space Marines, finest and most uncompromising of the Imperium's soldiers. Seeing a world beset by aliens and heretics, they undertook a great purge. A dark crusade had begun. It could only end with the total victory of one of these factions, and the total defeat of all others.
Yeah, so I'm thinking actually of a different DLC that has the Dark Eldar. I thought that there was 8, there's 7 here, but that's fine. Normally, I play as Tau, because I like the Tau. But I'm not going to play that because I've played them a bunch. Necrons are okay. I don't really fancy playing them. I could do Chaos, but then I played Chaos recently. You know what, I will actually do Eldar, because we haven't done Eldar. I know I was going to do Imperial Guard, but I'll do Imperial Guard another time.
In the depths of Craft World Ulthwé, the Eldar Farseer Taldir foresaw the return of the Necrons and their campaign of galactic genocide. She had driven the Imperial Guard on Lorn 5 against this ancient foe, but the threat remained real. When the Necrons rose on Cronus, Taldir faced a new problem. This planet on the galaxy's edge was beyond the reach of the Eldar webway. Instead of traveling from the Craft World via this ancient system, Taldir's forces arrived aboard her Wraith ship, the Vision of Lilith. This alien vessel hid at the edge of the system while an advance party took a small shuttle to the frozen wastes of Tyria. There, they erected special gateways linked to the holds of the Vision of Lilith. The Eldar found the planet in a sorry state. The Necrons were on the march, and the assortment of other powers on Cronus could not be trusted to stop them. Abandoning her habitual manipulations, Taldir ordered her forces to begin an all-out conquest of Cronus. If none of the Mon-Kai would stop the Necrons, the Eldar would do it themselves.
So the way that this campaign works, this campaign system works, is you can see that there's this overview map of Cronus, which is the planet we're currently fighting on. Each unit, or each faction rather, will have a base section. So this
Welcome
is...
to the single-player campaign for Dawn of War.
I will dismiss this because I've played the campaign a bunch of times. So you'll see that this is it for so the World Bearers, so Chaos, for the Orcs, Imperium of Man, Necrons, Tau, us, and Space Marines. So they all have their own sort of like base main area that they've claimed, and then they've all captured certain different areas to set up to begin with. So you see the numbers here. That gives you a rough idea of how tough the area will be to take. So a 1, the strength of 1 is going to be quite easy to take, whereas a strength of 7 would be harder to take. And as you can see, there are bonuses for each territory claimed. So some of them will offer honor guards, what are called honor guard units, and if you I think it's reinforce. Basically what that does is it gives you extra units to start each fight with, and these are, if they die in the fight, you can use your global requisition to replace them. If you then lose this territory or any other territory, you lose that bonus, so you have to take it back to take the unit or bonus or whatever it is. So there are some, I'm trying to find one, with planetary bonuses. So these are extra perks that you can use. So this forward base, where is it? Allows you to circumvent certain tech requirements. So you build extra buildings to begin with. You don't have to spend as much time actually building a base, so you can kind of overwhelm the opponents quicker. Fury is you may attack or move a second time. So you can see we can do that. So we can attack. We can't attack here because there's something blocking our way, but if we were to have access to that, we could attack that or attack this. If we have Fury, then you could do both. Spaceport allows us to... where is it? That just allows us to teleport. So at the moment, we can only attack... areas that are right next to us. So once we move into this area, we will then be able to go into this area, this area, this area, or this area. But we can only go into one of those, and we cannot go any further until we take one of these areas. So that's just like a basic overview of the way the campaign works. And obviously it's turn-based in terms of like a global scale. So what we could do is we could end our turn here, although we might as well get this area because it's going to give us extra requisition per turn. The way that the battles work is that it is basically, these are like skirmishes. So just general non-HQ territories are just like a general skirmish match. And when you attack a like a main base area, it has specific missions. So each faction has a specific mission that you need to do in order to take over that region. And I think it does change slightly depending on which faction you actually play as. So in total, I think there's at least 7 different ways that you can play through this entire campaign in terms of the factions. I think there may be a total number of 40 different ways or 40 different missions in this game. If I'm correct in saying that depending on the faction you play as, it changes the mission to take these areas. I could be wrong. But you can tell that this game, like the DLC, does actually have a lot of replayability just on the basis alone. So even though it is only 7 factions and you are trying to control the same number of areas each time you play a different campaign, because of the faction that you play, where you start, sort of the areas you want to gain control of first, changes the way that your campaign works. So not every campaign is going to be the same. So that's enough waffle, I'll actually attack. So as you can see, it just gives us a strength of 1, so it's going to be quite easy to take. We are against the Blood Ravens. It's likely just basic infantry we're going to be against, and it has a single base. So we're just going to jump into this, and again, it will just be like a normal skirmish mode, which we've been playing recently, so it's just base building, army building, things like that.
My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
So I'm immediately going to... I'm immediately going to start building out. That's very loud for me. I'm also going to turn it down in OBS, just ever so slightly.
My music is a pillar upon which
because it is very loud in my ears, and I don't want to shout. So yes, ever so slightly different in terms of how we go about building this base. So as you can see, Eldar are interesting. So I'm going to get a ranger squad as well.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
So I'm going to get a webway gate. And what a webway gate does, it's a Eldar specific building. So it allows you to teleport to any other webway gates on the map, and you can build these I think almost anywhere on the map. I can't remember if they need to be... So if I just show you again. So you see this white outline. I can't remember if it needs to be in there or... No, doesn't need to be at all. I think it's just anywhere that you can see. Yeah. So that's a way... So you can...
My powers are yours.
Trying to think. And you can set up some webway gates, so you can start teleporting your units around and do like ambush and surprise attacks and things like that. And that's a unique feature to the Eldar. So for now, we're just going to do the typical thing of...
My music will shape the wraith command me to build.
Nope, okay. So we're just going to do the typical thing of getting strategic points and things like that. I'm just going to pause Overwatch just so I can build my generators quicker, because I always forget to build generators. Okay, so we built a strategic point, so we're going to get a listening post when we can.
My music will shape
My powers are yours.
Just have them move out the way slightly so that the builder units can get to them quicker.
Space Marines are here. We are taking down.
We fight because we must.
Easy, so they will capture this one.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
So, what do I want now? I'm going to get some Banshees and some Reapers, because that's some close range and longer range units respectively. When this is built, I will come back.
By fate just as we shape success.
So you see these guys have like a little teleport thing. Some Eldar units also have teleport. And it's just there as a way to... Hold on. I've done the same sort of thing again. Okay, so what's going on? So they've captured a relic. Hold on. Apologies. Okay, so where am I? So I was just resizing and changing the layout of my things.
Command me to build.
So they will, and they build
My music
Listening
will shape
shrine.
the Wraithburn.
And
My powers are yours
I will just
now.
have them
We cannot
capture this, and
fail.
that's going to be my strategic point for now, because I think any more at the moment and I won't be able to defend. So as you can see, they are
We fight because we
We are
starting to
taking
attack.
damage. We cannot fail.
So everything's almost. Let me just get them up. Nice. And so then I can start. I'll build some banshees when I can actually afford another set of banshees.
We are
As for
shaped by
these
fate
guys,
just as we shape it.
if they come back, and what do I want to build? So I could build. So I could
It is
build
now in our
a
hands.
soul shrine. I think I need to do a soul shrine.
We are the harbingers of death.
So I'll do that.
My music will shape the Wraithburn.
I will also, when I get another 200, do the
We exist to
banshees.
avenge our sisters. Swiftly, sisters.
And I'm also going to put a webway gate here, so that if they do start attacking it, I can just set some guys back up here and transport them that way, teleport them over. So speaking of, I will actually, where am I? So I can't have rangers anymore, so I'll have 2 guardians when I have another 130. So they're going to be in my webway gate, so that they can start, or they're there as a backup, so that I can use them for ambush.
My music is a fulfill our duties have been built. We are here to fulfill
Although I will
our duties.
fully upgrade them first.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
So what the soul shrine does is just do all the upgrades, but these are needed for
Yes.
obviously certain units, vehicles, things like
My
that.
music is a pillar upon which
So
whole
they
worlds have
need
been
to build a... Hold on. They need to build a listening.
My music will shape
Post.
the Wraithburn.
My powers are yours now.
And I'm just going to move these
Follow
guys
my
out of the
king.
way.
We are taking damage.
We fight because we must.
They are very good with damage.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
If I just teleport them quickly up there,
My music will shape the Wraithburn.
get them to build. And then I can... Then I can build a webway when they're done. Not that I need to, but I just like to have that. So, webway will go
My
there.
music will shape the Wraithburn.
This will get upgraded, so it has some defense. And then what I want is these
We
guys
walk our path.
to be fully upgraded. How many's left? 3.
Our minds work
If I just
as
do
one.
this, it might be quicker in the long run.
The burden of leadership
My powers
lies with
are
us.
yours now.
The Eldar commander unit is actually quite fun to play as, I must admit. I do like her.
Our minds work as one.
So in terms of what I want next...
The burden of leadership lies with us.
So if I send them here... So as you can see, you can have quite a few actually built up. And then if I go here... So they're automatically shared between webway gates. So I don't need to like bring them over to this one. If I was to unload them, then they would be unloaded there.
You cannot imagine what we have seen with our eyes. The burden of leadership lies with
I will have
us.
another Guardian squad there just in case. So what I have at the moment...
My powers are yours now.
is pretty decent. And we are going
My
to
music
start...
is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
What am I going to do? I want to... So I can build a support platform, which is basically a
My
turret.
music will shape the Wraithburn.
But then I also want to bring them back so they can do a support portal for some vehicles. So yes, I need a support portal for Mobilize for War, and then I need Mobilize for War for a Seer Council, which is a secondary commander unit. So in this game, in this DLC, you have what are called infiltrator units, which are units that can go invisible. So in the base game, you have like Scout Marines that can go invisible, and you have, I think for the Orcs, you have Gretchen that can go invisible.
My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
Oh, that's a big boy. So he'll be here.
My music will shape the Wraithburn.
So you have those, but they aren't detected unless it's by, I think, a commander unit. In this game, they kind of, or in this DLC, they worked on that a bit more. They added more units that can go invisible, and they added specific detector units. So you'll notice, so the Seer Council says there can detect infiltrated units. Just ignore that latest follower part of the screen. It does say detects infiltrated units. So if you don't have something like that on your team, on your army, then they just won't detect them. So I've had it before where I don't know what's been killing me, but my units have been dying, and it's taken me a while to figure out that it's a infiltrated unit, and then I need to build something specifically to detect them. So you can very much
My music
sort of
is a pillar
forget.
upon which whole worlds have been built. My music will shape the Wraithburn.
You think you can
My
forget to
music will
build
shape we are
those
shaped by
units?
fate just as we shape it.
The Falcon has landed.
Okay, Falcon is with
My
us.
powers are yours now.
I shall have
My powers are yours now.
this as one, so then I could just hold on.
Follow my kin.
We
Oh, it's got sticky select. Oh, where's sticky select? Off. Off. Accept. Resume. Nice.
Charge the enemy.
There we go.
My powers are yours.
So if you don't know what sticky select is, it's one of those ones where I didn't fully understand what sticky select was for a while. It just means that you can't accidentally deselect them when you left click elsewhere. So you'll see if I left click, then it deselects everything that I've selected.
Powers are yours.
Sometimes
Follow my kin.
sticky select is good, sometimes it's bad.
Command me
Personally,
to
I
build.
like to not have it.
My powers are yours now.
So I'm going to come
Follow
up
my
here.
kin.
Because I think...
We fight because we must.
Ooh, hello. I think we will be getting close to their base at some point.
We are taking damage.
So can you stop doing that, please? So
Follow my kin.
I will head up here. Check this.
Follow
I want
my
to see if
kin.
they've got this relic. So now I have a little bit of money as well. I'm actually going to... I'll do both Viper and Wraithlord, because Wraithlord is quite fun. I'm then going to do Mobilize for War. As for the Soul Shrine, I will get Eldritch Storm. And that'll be it for now. Okay, so they haven't got that relic, which is good.
My powers are yours now.
I'm not going to get it at the moment because I don't feel like I need to.
Follow my kin.
They have got this one though.
Because we must. We fight because we must.
So I'll take this one out. Set this one to neutral.
Follow my kin.
I know this one can't, but others can. So then we will just head off down here. I know it looks a bit well, it is a bit squashed on thingy. It's not this squashed in the actual real view. I think it is just because I'm running it at a lower aspect ratio, but it's trying to match it to 1920, the resolution, so it's gonna stretch it a little bit. So I do apologize for that. It doesn't look the best, but this is what I have to do in order to do both for now.
We fight because we must.
So there's nothing that I can really do at the minute in terms of these powers to go against vehicles or buildings. So I'm going to assume...
We are taking damage.
I'm going to assume that the base is either somewhere around here, or even potentially somewhere around here. So I'm going to... So I'm going to come here.
Follow my kin.
So I'm going to get some Vipers as well, because they're quite good. I will get a Wraithlord as well, because I can also afford one of those. How do I upgrade this? So it is Webway Gates to increase squad caps. So I will probably just build a Webway Gate at some point somewhere.
We cannot fail.
Because I don't think I can actually get the Wraith. Yeah, the population's full, so I need an extra 1 to my vehicle cap. So in that case, I will have... I will have my 2 builder units.
Is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
You might as well actually just do one round here. I don't think I need to do it too far out.
My powers are yours now.
So they have that relic. So afterwards, I'm going to... Oh yeah, they'll be coming from this direction then. That's where their base is.
Charge the enemy.
I will actually capture this though, because that gives me like a...
We will protect this area with our lives.
That kind of gives me a stronghold
Command me to build.
in this upper region.
My music will shape the Wraithburn.
As you can see, I have a Wraithlord. He is really, really cool. He's like a big walker unit. Vipers can jump. He cannot, but he does a ridiculous amount of melee damage. So what I'm going to do is, I've got the requisition for it, so I'm going to get the Seer Council. I'm also going to get the Harlequins. I'm going to get the Warp Spiders. And I'm going to get some Dark Reapers. Because then that way,
We are taking damage.
okay, so Grey Knights are actually really good in this game. But luckily, they aren't too bad.
Are yours now.
So if I move these out the way, have I got any builder
Command
units?
me to build.
Yes. So they can start
The Sea
building,
Council has sent me.
and then I can do a webway gate.
The time for war is nigh.
Do extra on that Seer Council.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
So webway, go
My
there.
music will shape the Wraithbird.
This will be upgraded.
I come to dance the dance of death. The troop is ready. The stage is set.
Have them all go into there.
All who love life fear the reaper.
I cannot remember if you can... No, you can't.
Space Marines attack!
I was thinking you could put vehicles in the webway, but I don't think you can.
We are taking damage.
Yep, that's fine.
We are the dealers of death.
So you go into there.
All who love life are the dealers of death.
I have a horrendous frog in my throat. So I have to keep muting myself to clear my throat. So you can see why the Eldar are actually quite tough to play against if you can't set up your army right, because they can actually get vehicles and like heavy units quite quickly compared to other factions. I'm going to have them stop, so they're going to come back here. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to unload all of these guys. So you can see why they can be actually so dangerous.
Fear the judgment of the council.
Because if you could just teleport across the map like it's nothing. If you could just teleport across the map like it's nothing. Like, you have to take down these webway gates when you see them.
We walk our you have need.
My powers are yours now.
So these are all...
My powers are yours now. My powers are yours now.
That's going to be group 1, so that's a huge group.
Follow my
Fear
kin.
the judgment of the council.
The art of destruction.
But it should be enough to destroy pretty much anything we come into contact with.
We are taking damage.
Even Grey Knights. Or, oh no, they're just normal Space Marines.
Battle to the enemy. We walk our path.
So as you can see, when you have an army this big, sometimes it can be hard to have them all sort of attack at the same time because of the positioning.
The time for war is nigh.
Follow my kin.
I don't want to capture. What I want to do is
We fight because we must.
make sure that these guys are dealt with.
We fight because we must.
And then I can either go to the left or up. I think I'll go up. Yeah, I'll go this way.
Follow my kin.
And I will set that to attack set.
We fight because we must.
I think if I do an attack move, yes. So I'm going to do an attack move here.
We fight because we must.
So they will just attack everything they come into contact with while they move up, which is what I want them to do. Like this.
Follow my kin.
We are taking
We
damage.
fight because we must.
So I don't mind them taking damage because, like I said, you have a bunch of reinforcements doing a ton of damage. Should I do the star cannon? I'll upgrade it to a star cannon.
We fight
So if
because
you
we
move
must.
up here, you should start attacking and moving. I might actually, because I saw in the options there's a way to do attack move as default, so I might actually put that on. Yeah, hold on. So options, where is it? Controls, attack move default is on. Where is it? So treat attack move as default move command, turn this off, means troops will not fire at targets of opportunity while moving, so I definitely want that on. So whenever I order them to move, they will just move with the attack move order. So they're just going to start attacking everything.
We fight because we must.
There we go, we found their base.
We fight because
So they
we
will
must.
go to... No, they will go to
We
attack
fight
stance.
because we must.
Take the battle.
So it just completely destroys that building, this Wraith Lord. I love these Wraith Lords. They're so cool.
We fight because we must.
So once we take out this HQ, I think we should have taken the area. I think it follows HQ rules. I'm not sure.
We fight
Yes. So it follows HQ rules. That's good to know. So as you can see, that was the mission done. So we have captured the area. We have earned the Ranger Squad. So next time we start a skirmish, we could have an extra Honor Guard unit, and they're just like free. Well, not free because they take requisition, but they don't cost anything to buy once you're actually in the mission, like conquest area. I also have war gear, so you can see there, this is how you get war gear. So a 3-to-1 kill ratio, 1 conquest, 5 conquests, 15 conquests, 2,000 kills, 5,000 kills, 3 defeated enemies, 1 defense, 3 defense, and a 5 defense. So if I go here, this is the war gear selection screen. So these are all the different upgrades that we can have to our commander unit specifically. And as you can see, if I wanted twin shuriken pistol, I need to buy the shuriken pistol first, and if I want a singing spear, I need the witchblade. So some rely on others, some don't. So I have both weapons and armor here, and they all do different things. You can see down here as well, it tells you health, melee damage, and range damage. So my damage isn't great and my health isn't the best, but she does rely a lot on psychic powers. So what I could do health. So ability, recharge rate, and health for the gauntlets. Increase health with the runes of warding and extra damage against range attacks. Runes of witnessing reveals infiltrated enemies and increases ability recharge rate again. Rune aura increases the regeneration of Farseer and nearby allies, so healing. Witchblade obviously just replaces standard power sword, which is what she has here, so she does more melee damage. That does replaces her pistol. Ghost Helm is increased ability, recharge rate, and health. So I think what I might do, since infiltrator units can get wild in this game, I'm going to get Runes of Witnessing. And as you can see, I know the texture isn't the best, but it does like physically change your character model. So it doesn't just, it's not like just a, what do you call it? it's not just a upgrade that you don't actually see. It's actually cosmetic as well, so you can see what's being added to your unit. Like I said, I know the resolution isn't the best, so you can't actually make out the patterns, and it looks all like wavy, especially in OBS where it shrunk it. But either way, it does actually add on to the unit, so we're going to do that. So that's basically how Dark Crusade works. As you can see, I've now taken this area and it has a strength of 3. What I could do is I could also reinforce this area to give it a bit of extra protection, so I can garrison some units, which means that when I defend this area, if it gets attacked, these will be added onto my units from the start. So as well as my honor guard, if I'm here, if my commander unit is here rather, I will add these. These will actually be added onto the units that I have to begin with, as some extra protection. So I'm going to not do that for now. What I am going to do instead is I'm going to save as Eldar. You can see I started a Necron 1. Oh. Eldar. Save. So with that, I will probably carry on Dark Crusade again at some point. Winter Assault is actually quite a fun one as well, so I might go back to that. But that does require me getting rid of Dark Crusade from the PC. So if you are wanting one over the other, please let me know either in the live chat, or if you are watching this on YouTube, in the comment section below. Either the live chat over there or the comment section when these get uploaded. So I want to thank you all for your support. And I do genuinely mean that. I want to thank you for the support. I know that this stream started a little bit iffy. I didn't really improve much in terms of organization. I know I was a bit all over the place. So if you have watched this far into it, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you could just follow me on Blue Sky, Twitch, YouTube, whatever you prefer, just as a way to help grow the channel. You can interact with me. I will always respond. And you can suggest games for me to play. You can have some input in the stream. You can even, if you wanted to, we could do I'm happy to do a voice chat with certain people on stream if that's your sort of thing. You don't have to, of course. I know some people, or most people, don't like that. But for now, I want to thank you all for the continued support on the streaming. And with that, I will do no more waffle, and I shall see you all very, very soon. If I could go to the right screen.